Hello, everyone. I'm Colleen Vanderzyden, and this is Creating an Inspired Life. I'm really happy to be with you, as always, and thank you so much for listening and watching. We have such a great time here on A1R Psychic Radio. You should definitely tune in every single night. It's so much fun. And I want to tell you a little bit about my show, Creating an Inspired Life. And from the title, you can tell that I want to help you create your best, unique, awesome, inspired, exciting life. And I do that in a lot of different ways, but the two ways we focus on here at night is I give you a little bit of a coaching tip that can help you to make changes in your life, decide what you want to do. And I'm also a medium. And as a medium, I connect in with people on the other side and see what they have to tell us. And we never know what they're going to say. And it's always really wonderful to touch in with them to see what's going on. I think we're going to have a good night because I'm actually feeling somebody coming in already. So it'll be fun to see who this goes to. I'm sure they won't leave yet. So what I'm going to do first, though, is I want to talk about my coaching tip for today. I love this coaching tip, and it's on goals. And I know some of you are probably going, oh, God, not another one of these. We're going to talk about goals. I have a little bit of a different take on goals than you might read otherwise. And this all got me going when I started thinking about New Year's resolutions and how many people set a New Year's resolution and then fail. And not that many people really set them. You know, the percentage, it's not 100%. Everybody's not setting a New Year's resolution. But I started thinking about this. How many people do fail? How many succeed? And when I looked up the statistics of it, it was very interesting because out of the people who usually or sometimes set a New Year's resolution, the people who succeed some of the time, it's 49%. Okay, that's not too bad. You know, some of the time, 49%. 24% never succeed at their goal, and only 8% always succeed. And I started thinking about that and why people would set these resolutions and they would fail. And there are several reasons, and I'm sure you've heard some of these before, but some people would set too many goals. You know, I want to lose weight, I want to find a new partner, I want to get more money, I want a new job, and I want a house. That's too many goals. That's just too many. Sometimes people aren't specific enough, saying something like they want more money. Well, what does that mean exactly? How much money do you want? You can say you want more money and then find a penny. Well, there you go. You succeeded and you got it. Some people set unrealistic goals. Something like you want to be an astronaut and you want to fly and land on Venus, but you're not in an astronaut program. You don't really like science, and it's highly unlikely that you're going to go land on Venus. So that would be an unrealistic goal. People who set these goals, sometimes they don't realize that there's habits they need to change or they need to change their thought patterns. And the very foundation of goal failure, as I like to call it, is habits of the mind. Our mind has certain beliefs. We believe certain things, whether or not we're conscious of them. And we do the same things over and over. Our thoughts are the same thing over and over, and those things affect our actions. So in order to achieve a goal and actually have success, you have to know how you think, why you think, what's going on in your head, what's going on in there that will help you create new actions. And this thing, it's funny because sometimes people will say things like, well, I'm just not going to do this anymore. Sometimes that works, but very, very rarely, you really have to replace your thoughts with something better. For example, people always want to lose weight. New Year's resolution, everybody wants to lose weight, all the candy and stuff they had over the holidays. But that's all they say. They want to lose weight. They don't think about the process, what they have to do in order to get there. They don't think about the steps they have to take. They don't think about being aware of the food. If they can't break it down into small steps, then it really needs to be small steps, conscious choices of what you're doing. They might also want to consider what their belief system is about weight. How many people do you hear say they want to lose weight, but I can't do it? Well, if you say that, you can't. That's just the way it's going to be. But if you believe you can lose weight, then you can lose weight. Some people might want to look and see why they overeat. Do they overeat because they're anxious, they're worried, they're stressed out, they're lonely? Are you self-medicating? I know I used to eat a lot of candy and chocolate when I was stressed out. So there's something you have to be aware of your belief system. Years ago, instead of doing goals, I used to do New Year's resolutions and stuff, and it never worked, of course, because I didn't know what I was doing. But instead of goals, I decided I would do something else. And I would set an intention instead. And this came about because at my church, we do a bowl burning ceremony at the beginning of the year. And what you do is you write on a piece of paper what you would like to release and let go of from your life. And it can be anything as simple as, maybe you want to get rid of a house, or it could be something like you want to release anything that's blocking you from moving forward. That was one of mine a year or two ago. And you would write that on a piece of paper and you would burn it. And symbolically, you'd be releasing whatever it is you want to release. And as I was doing this, I decided just to expand on that a little bit and not just release, but also set an intention for what I wanted to create in this year. And I do this because I wanted to focus on something in particular to help me create my best life. So, for example, if I wasn't moving forward with something, I would recognize that maybe there was a fear blocking me. And I would release that fear. If I could figure out what it was specifically, I would be specific. But if I didn't know, I would just be very general and say, I want to release anything that's blocking me, any fears that are blocking me. And then I would replace that thought with, and I want to allow new opportunities to come to me. And it's very interesting how setting an intention will work, because what you put out there, you're going to get something back. You're going to raise your awareness. So if you want more love in your life, what will happen is you'll get more situations in your life where you need to express love to yourself or others. So you would have these things coming to you because your intention is to have more love. The universe, whatever you want to call it, will bring it to you so you can practice. If you want more patience, it would be the same thing. You might have situations where you have to practice patience. So you have to be careful what you ask for, too. If you want to be happier, that's your intention. I want to have a happy year. I want to be as happy as possible. Then you would have to make conscious choices to be happier. You might notice your negative self-talk. You might notice you're complaining a lot. You might notice you have some friends who just drain your energy. And these things would come to you, and you would have this awareness of what's going on in your head, what's going on around you, and you make conscious choices. So if we go back to the weight loss scenario, instead of setting a goal of I want to lose weight, you could set an intention of I want to take care of my body. And by taking care of your body, you would be paying attention to anything that involves your body. So if you're going to eat, you would look at the food you're going to have and go, okay, if I'm going to take care of my body, is this food what my body needs or wants? You would start to pay attention to the amount of time you might sit on the couch and say, should I sit on the couch 7 hours a day? Maybe not. Maybe this isn't good for my body. It's not taking care of my body. And when you do this by setting an intention, you're getting your thoughts and your beliefs to the forefront of your mind. And you keep this intention present all of the time. Everything you do, and it will become such a habit to do that you're actually shifting your mind now. You're shifting your thoughts, and it will empower you to actually make positive changes in your life. People set goals and they make them so big, they don't even know what to do to make it work. But if you just start thinking about one little thing, just an intention, okay, that doesn't mean every single time you're going to eat, if that's your intention, you're going to eat correctly, but you're aware of it. And the awareness will help you make those conscious choices that you want to do. This choice, every time you make this choice, it supports your intention. And by supporting your intention, it becomes easier and easier to achieve this and to pay attention to your intention. Wow, that was interesting. Hard to say. Pay attention to your intention. Now, sometimes it can be hard for people. If they have a lot of things going on, it's hard for them to do it themselves. And that's when people would hire a coach. And that's what I did a couple of times when I've had coaches too, because a coach can help you see things from a different perspective, can help you recognize some thoughts that might be blocking you. They can help you recognize what you need to change, what kind of intention you need to set. They also hold you accountable. So if you set an intention for something, they're going to ask you about it. So if you have a hard time trying to play with this little game of mine on your own, you can try getting a coach and seeing if that would help you. So my goal for you is to share all of this information with you and give you the encouragement to try this out and setting a positive intention, keeping it present in your mind. Because when you do that, it really will make it so much easier to achieve those bigger goals that seem a little bit elusive for you. And that is my coaching tip of the day. Now, you can reach me at psychicmediumcolleen.com. On my website there, I have all sorts of information on mediumship, healing, coaching, lots of questions answered on there, frequently asked question area. There's a blog page and everything, and you can go and check it out. And that would be awesome. You can also find me on Facebook, Medium Coach Colleen Vanderzyden. And what I'm going to do now is go to our first caller, who is Janice from Texas. Janice, how are you?
I am great. How are you?
You are. That is wonderful. I have to tell you, people don't usually tell me they're great right away, so that is awesome. So what can I help you with today?
Well, I just like a reading.
Okay.
Because I've been having like a really hard time. I'm going through court over custody over my newborn. I had a newborn in May of last year, and me and the spouse broke up, and he ran off with my child. So I've been like really depressed and down and everything about it, and just wondering where is my life going?
Yeah. Now, do you have you are already in court in the whole process there? So
yes,
you know where he is and all that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now it's interesting. Right as I started my show, a spirit came in and I was wondering who it was going to go to. And I think it's with you. So let's find out, because I have a gentleman here who's coming in. He strikes me very fatherly, grandfatherly. He's giving me the sensation that he had some physical issues in his stomach area before he passes. And when I feel that there, sometimes that reminds me of cancer. He does give me the impression, too, that he didn't pass very late in his life. He feels like 66, 67. Okay. He's also coming through rather distinguished looking. I want to sit up straighter. I want to be taller. I want to put my shoulders back with him. I feel a very dignified kind of person. Did you have a grandfather or somebody like this in your life?
Well, I don't know. Like, I know who my granddaddy is, but I don't know like his father, because my granddaddy's still living. So I don't know too much about his father, because I was born the day that they had his funeral.
Okay. This one, when he comes in, I'm going to describe him a little bit more for you, because it might be fun to ask some of the people in your family if they know who he is. And so we can get further information, because he strikes me as somebody who might have been military as well, just because of that. I just want to put my shoulders back so much and sit up really straight. And the dignity is very important. He tells me about you. Number one, he says, you're a lot stronger than you thought you were, aren't you? Is what he says. Yes. And he says also that he's very impressed with the dignity that you are showing. I know you told me you've been depressed, as anyone would be. But at the same time, there's such, for you, there's such a sense of wanting to do the right thing, wanting to do the right thing in a good way, because he gives me the impression that you're not a vengeful person, and that, you know, as much as I'm sure some thoughts have gone through your head along that line, that's not really you. So you're not really a vengeful person, are you?
No.
And in some ways that makes it difficult because our first reactions would always be to try to do something, right? But you're doing the right things, is what he's telling me. He's telling me to tell you to be patient. He's telling me, are you having stomach issues yourself? Like problems eating and not being able to eat well and all of that?
No, that's actually my granddaddy. My granddaddy is having they don't know exactly what it is, but it's something with his stomach, like his belly button sticking out, and every time he pushes it, it makes him pee.
Oh, my God. Well, that's an interesting thing.
Sorry. But that's my granddaddy.
Okay, I'm going to have to write that one down so I don't forget that. That was a good one. Yeah, because it's interesting, because all of a sudden I was feeling a whole bunch of stomach stuff going on in my stomach, because I pick up on other people's energies and stuff. So it is interesting that he brings that in. Okay, I'm not sure where we're going with that one, but I want to go back to the dignity thing for you. So maybe I'll come back to that in a minute. Huh. Okay, nope, I'm not leaving it. Sorry. Does your grandfather, who's here now, does he have some a heart thing going on with him, minor heart thing as well? Because I'm feeling something in there too.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
But then again, he don't never tell nobody anything.
Okay. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not about to diagnose nor prescribe anything. Okay, but first, I'm feeling something in there, and since we were talking about him, it might be interesting just to check that out. Okay, I do want to get back to your case, though, because that's the reason why you called. So he's telling me to tell you to be patient. He tells me to tell you that you're actually quite a wonderful parent. Okay, this whole situation is very disturbing to me personally, because it bothers me. It doesn't feel right to me. And when he steps in to talk to you, he's very concerned about you, because he wants to make sure that you do what you want to do. You follow through. He's telling me to tell you not to give up. Okay, March seems to be important. Has this been in process for a while, this case?
Yes. It happened in May. My baby was just born. It happened May 25th. My son was born May 9th of last year, and it happened May 25th of last year. And my last court date was December the 18th.
Okay.
But March is my mom's birthday.
Okay. Then that may be a connection as well. I do feel now this must be wrapping up fairly soon, this case, because I'm feeling like it's coming to a resolution. Do you know if it will be?
I don't know. He's being very difficult, like when I talk to him, because he put a protective order against me, so that way I can't go near my son. Wow. And when I talked to him last, when he let me see my son, which was about 3 Wednesdays ago, he sat there and told me that he's angry with me, and that's the reason why he's doing this, and he wants me to sign my rights over for my son. And I told him I wouldn't do it, not over my dead body, because I lost a daughter. I lost a daughter in May 3 years ago. My daughter passed away, and my son that I just had in May was born on her birthday in the days that she passed.
Okay. Wow. There's quite some connections all over the place here, aren't there? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I do feel I am feeling a resolution. So I do want to say that I do feel a resolution coming, and I feel like it's in the next 2-3 months, and I feel like it's going to be a good resolution for you, because I'm not feeling the other way. I'm just not. So, I only can tell you what I feel. So I'm feeling that is going to work out for you. It's a matter of you holding on and being patient.
Okay.
He says to make the spirit I'm talking to, he says to make sure you're really paying attention to the details of things, and that you are documenting everything as well. And I would assume somebody would have told you that, a lawyer or something. So he does say that. So I want to make sure I tell you that too. So make sure you're very aware of what's happening around you.
Okay.
And things that your ex says to you. Make sure you're documenting, because it seems to be important as well.
Okay. And I'm thinking the guy that you're talking about, and you said he's in his 60s. My granddaddy's brother, his name was Reinhardt. He served in the military.
Oh, okay.
And he ended up losing his legs.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And my granddaddy still has his artificial legs in the attic.
Okay. You are full of little tidbits of interesting information today. So this is okay, because I'll have to wrap you up here so I can move on to my next caller. So check with your grandfather and see if my description of him sounded like his brother. It might be interesting to see how that connects. And this guy, he's very emphatic to make sure you keep going and you put your foot down as much as you can. Okay. I do feel a positive resolution for you, so I hope I'm right, because I'm feeling it. So we'll see.
All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Okay, so I'm going to
Thank
have to let you
you.
go. And it was really nice talking to you.
You too. Thank you.
Yes, good luck with everything.
All right, you too. Have a good
Okay,
night.
you too. And that was Janice from Texas. And we're actually going to move on to Danielle from Scotland. Danielle, how are you today?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
Good. How can I help you? Are you looking for something in particular or a a general reading?
Just a general reading, please.
Okay, good. Okay, I've got a couple people coming in for you. I've got a woman, and when she comes in, she feels like an aunt to me, okay? And sometimes when I feel an aunt, it can be a teacher as well. There's some weird quirk in my mind. But I do feel a woman coming in, and she feels like an aunt. I also have a gentleman coming in. Now, the aunt person, she doesn't feel as though she passed that old. She feels like she's about 62, 61. The gentleman, he gives me the impression he passed sooner, and I'm not sure how he's connected to her or you at this point, but there's a gentleman who passed younger than that who's coming in, and he feels like early 50s to me, maybe 51, 52. Okay?
Right,
Now,
yeah.
I think he was the one that wants to talk first. He has quite a lovely sense of humor. I do like him
Right.
quite a lot. He has a good sense of humor. He's actually kind of playful, and I feel like he would have been really fun with kids. And when he's coming in, I am feeling something in the heart for him. So I don't know if we have a sudden passing, but it does feel very sudden to me in my chest right now as the way he comes through. Do you know the name David by any chance?
Yeah,
Okay, who is David to you? Because all of a sudden that name's in.
cousins.
Okay, that makes sense then. So we've got that going on in there too. Now, okay, huh? Now, did you have? Are these two people married by any chance? Do you know who I'm talking about with that brief description?
I'm not too sure yet, no.
Okay, that's okay, because they are together, so it's kind of an interesting feel, but I don't have time to do a full, sorting it all out right now. So I'm just going to stick with him and see what he has to say about you. He's telling me you worry too much, you're thinking too much. Stop thinking so much. He says you're not having enough fun, you need to have more fun.
That
And
sounds about right.
yeah, he's also giving me, he's still giving me chest pain again. So I don't know what's going on in here. We got chest going right into my back, too. He's also showing me some pains down in my lower back, which I usually take to mean kidney. So I don't know if he's talking about him or somebody around you at this time. So I'm just going to get that out there and we can sort it all out if we have time. And so he's telling me to stop worrying so much. Things are going to work out so much better. He's telling me that, are you really unhappy with somebody right now around you?
Maybe just a wee bit.
Because he's talking about somebody that you're really unhappy with around you right now. And he's telling me to, he's giving me the impression you say things and you're trying to get your point across, but this other person is not really hearing you.
Yes.
And it's kind of like, it's almost like I want to shake them and say, hello, listen to me. And I don't feel them hearing you at all, what you're saying. And it seems like this person on the other side is telling me that you're getting tired of repeating yourself. You're getting tired of saying these things. So you're now starting to actually stop saying things. So this person on the other side, he really wants you. Do you know, okay, hold on a minute. Do you know somebody named Mark as well?
Yeah.
Okay, because a Mark, all of a sudden I'm feeling a Mark. He's talking about Marks. I don't know what we got going. Okay, I got to backtrack. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So he's talking about you standing up for yourself and being as assertive as possible and saying what you need to say and just getting it out there. Okay, He's talking about you taking care of yourself. He's talking about you making sure you're doing what you need for you. Okay, there comes a time where you have to pay attention to yourself and what your needs are. He wants you to tell everybody hi. That he's saying, tell everybody hello, and that he's doing really well. He also wants to mention June 9th or 10th. I don't know if you know that date, but he's mentioning that as well. They like to mention dates sometimes just to affirm what's going on, that they know things about what's happening in your life and all of that. He says, he's showing me food, and I don't know what this is, okay? So I do want to mention this, too, before I let you go. It looks kind of like a gravy thing with maybe sausage or something. I don't know if it's something.
I do buffets. I do catering. Is my job.
Sorry, what is that?
I do cakes and baking for a living.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's interesting with the things they'll show because he's showing that to me, and I think it's just to let you know he knows what's going on. So I guess the summary of this is to let you know to make sure you stand in your power, say what you need to say, and push it through. Just be assertive and push it through. He's definitely talking about that because it looks like I'm getting my warning and I'm going to have to let you go. So
Thanks very much.
It was really nice talking to you, Danielle, and you have fun and make sure you say hi to all those people he wants you to say hi to.
Thanks very much. Have a nice night.
You too. Thank you. And that was Danielle from Scotland. And I want to thank you all for listening tonight and today, wherever you happen to be. We've had such a great day today, and I've really enjoyed the show. So this week, when you're home, when you're setting your goals, forget the goals, just go for an intention instead. Set your intention. What is it you really want to bring into your life? And keep it there in your mind. And the answers will come to you, the things you need to know. And if you'd like to reach me, I'm at psychicmediumcolleen.com. And you can find me there. You can email me. You can read whatever you want to read. And I will talk to you next week. Goodbye.